Y'all said, let there be light. So I said, okay. And then there was light. How about that? Y'all see my pretty face now? Anyway, if you like this, follow the channel, like, be sure and subscribe. Spare change, spare change, spare change. It's a South Park episode, you gotta be there. Anyway, if you want to donate, follow the link in the bottom of the descriptions. And now, on to the peppers. But first, if you're gonna handle these hot peppers, like the channel I follow is called The Russian Hacker. He's a really entertaining guy, tries all these products out. He starts his videos by saying, the first priority, safety is the first priority. Be sure to at least have some gloves, and you may even need some eye protection and a mask if you're at least plenty of ventilation when you start cleaning up. You'll see why. But now, on to the peppers. So, yasu everybody. As you can see, we've got a nice mix of peppers here. We have jalapenos. We have some ghost peppers. We have some serranos. Some habaneros even. And they've gotten a little bit past their prime. I've been wanting to make this video. I've had several requests. So we're just going through them. And we're cutting them. Looking inside of them. If there's any black or anything like that. But you can see they look stilly. Even though they're a little bit pale, they still look great. There's some that we're having to cut a little bit off of. But that's okay. Now, as far as I do some things different. First off, you'll have a lot of people say that they keep one kind of pepper. You know, they just they'll have all jalapenos, or they'll have all cayennes, and you know, it's kind of like with my cooking. You have people. These chefs, the new thing with chefs these days is they want the natural flavors to come through and they don't use many spices. Well, I'm just the opposite. I like using a mix. I like the depth of flavor that different flavors give. I may do just a jalapeno hot sauce or something one day, but this particular sauce that we're making today right here that we're going to start, this is going to be a fermented sauce, and I'm after it just to be hot. I mean, really hot. So I'm leaving the seeds in there. You know, most of the time I'll take the seeds out. I'll take the stems, but I'm leaving the stems in there, you can see. I might want to take a little bit more of that out. And anything that doesn't look good to me, I'm just cutting it right out. So, but they're mostly good. I have had to throw away a few of them. The bigger, soft ones, jalapenos. Although you can see that's still looking good in there. Those are all looking good. So then once we've done this, we're going to rinse them. Now from there, what you mostly see on the YouTube is they'll just chop them maybe once or twice and then put them into a jar. Do the next step. But what I'm going to do is I think what would happen if I run them through my juicer. I have this Omega juicer here. It's a pretty amazing piece of equipment. You're going to see it. I'm going to use it several times in these videos that I'm making. But it has this. It has this. See, it has that screen there. That's for the juicer part. But the part I'm using is this part. It doesn't have the screen. So what it does is it really, get in there. There you go. and it really just mashes everything up. So the next thing we're going to do is we'll cut this on. This might be a little bit noisy. I'm sorry. Well, I've also got over here a whole head of garlic and a half an onion. I just love that flavor, you know. So here we go. The way this works, if I can get a good shot of it. Oh, I'm going to do it one-handed. So we turn this on back here somewhere. Under there. There we go. And then we're just going to, here's some peppers I've already washed. Rinse these. And then what do y'all think? Is this going to concentrate the flavors, you think? Or but since we're going, you know, or because we're putting it in the brine, does it really even matter? Because we are going to put it in a brine. So let me see, where's my jobber? Here it is. This thing came with it. And just press that down in there. Oh, there we go. See how that comes out there. Move this over so you can get a little better look at it. You see that's just pure pepper goodness there coming out. So what do you think? Y'all let me know. You think that's going to concentrate the flavors? Or do you think it really matters since we're going to put it in the brine? I'm not really sure. But we're going to find out. I can tell you that. Because I already got some brewing. And y'all going to see how it works in the end. But let's see. We're just going to keep on feeding that in there. And it works real good. It's a little bit slow. But that's okay. It's an amazing piece of equipment. Like I said, you're going to see me use this several times. It has little baskets and stuff that come with it, but for the amount that I do some of my own bowls and stuff. So I'm going to finish processing these peppers. We're going to finish this up, and then we'll come right back and I'll show you the next couple of steps. And like I say, the part with the juicer, most people don't do that. Most people just cut the peppers and go ahead and put them in the jar, and then I'll show you that next step. See you in just a minute. So, and we're back, and you can see we've got our peppers processed. They're looking beautiful. We're putting them into our fermentation jar here. Got this a little bit more left to go, but you know, what do you think? Could that really be that hot? You think? How much would y'all pay me? How much would it be worth? Yeah, I don't think so. I don't know that there's enough money in the world. But we can do this. That'll do the trick. And the coughing reminds me, be sure you have plenty of ventilation, because you know, there's something about, I guess, the water when you're rinsing stuff off, it releases the oils into the air, and it really gets to you. While I was rinsing the peppers, and you know, processed them, my nose started getting a little bit runny, coughed a couple of times, but that's just how it is. So we're about right here, and then we're going to finish filling the jar. Then I'll show you what we're going to do. Whew, that is a little bit warm, I'm going to tell you. You don't want to get these two mixed up, I'm going to tell you that right now. This one was up under the juicer, so can't see it in there too good, but watch this. What do you think? I think that's probably what they make pepper spray out of. What do you think? That's what I'm talking about, concentrating the flavors. We're going to just pour that right on in there. Just like that. Now we got to make a brine. It's supposed to be a 2% brine. As best as I can figure, we've got 2 quarts of water here. And I've got sea salt, kosher sea salt. Kosher sea salt. It's a good brand. A lot of times I'll use red sea salt. I'll try to use a good quality salt, not iodized. So we're going to use them. 2 good tablespoons. And like I said, I think that's right at a brine. 2% brine. Stir that up. Get it mixed in there. Get in there, baby. You know how to do it. You know, if you talk to your food when you're cooking, you sing to your food when you're cooking, it'll come out much tastier. The more joy and the more love you put into the stuff you're making, the better it's going to be. And that's pretty much with everything. So we're going to pour that brine right in there till it covers it. So now, if you didn't do the juicer and excuse me, and you just did the brine, what I would do is, you know, if you use just the chunks, that's the only time I've ever had a problem with the yeast. There's a yeast that will form on top. And what I would do is I would take the onion, the outside of the onion, and just place it in there on top of your mash. That's what they call it, just like that. If you have the whole pieces in there, that will help keep everything down. That will help hold everything down and and keep that yeast. There's nothing wrong with the yeast. It's good. I mean, it happened to me once. I was able to get it all off the top, and the sauce was fine. So we got that just like that. Now we got this super duper fermenting top on there. We're going to put that on there. Move it a little bit more into the light, maybe. And then it's got these little lines, and we have to fill those lines, fill that up to the lines with the brine. We're going to do that with the brine. I think this little top just comes right off. Yeah. So then we just fill that up. See how much I'm going to spill here. Whoop. How about that? So now we're going to put this in a cabinet. I don't have a cabinet quite that tall, but I'm going to put it down here under the shelf, and we're going to come back. It's November, what is it? November 11th. I'm going to be leaving, going on the road probably the 12th, 13th. So we're going to come back on the on like the 8th or 9th and see how this is going. We'll come back in a week and check and see how the fermentation going. But now I'm going to show you how to finish the sauce up. I've got some right here. It's been sitting since, like I said, this is November 10th or 11th. This has been sitting since the end of August. And you can see if you shake it up, it's about quit fermenting. It has a few, there you go, there's some fermenting bubbles in there. I don't know if you can see that on this. I didn't have the lock seal like I do. This other one should ferment much better. But what we're going to do now is we're going to get this ready to go. Got that. We can just use this right here. It's still there. And what we're going to do is make this sauce. This is going to be a mango habanero sauce. These are mostly habaneros in this jar. It's mostly habaneros. It's got a few jalapenos. Ooh, look like a kite. It's got a few jalapenos. 4 or 5 serranos. And 1 sweet pepper. Like I say, I like those mixes. Boy, and she's on there tight. I mean, real tight. There we go. Sorry about that. It's usually not supposed to be on there that tight. What we're going to do is we're going to take these, get my spoon out. We'll strain these on down. Look at that. That's our mash. That's just become one really nice orange color there. So we're going to do that. And it doesn't have to strain, you know. We're going to put some more juice back in it. So we got our mixer here. I just got this brand new mixer. I burn up so many of them small little things that I've bought this one. Hopefully it's going to last me a little while. Those little cheap ones I tend to burn up really quick. Just don't mean to, it just happens. So there we go. A spoon. We're going to spoon some of that in there. And unfortunately, you know, I love mangoes. This is going to be a habanero mango sauce. I really love mangoes. But this is the mountains of Colorado. You know, the mangoes ain't exactly falling off the trees. I fell in love with them when I went to Jamaica about, shoot, what was it, 30 years ago? And now, you know, ever since then I've had for that mangoes like I had there, and of course you're not gonna get them. Those mangoes were right off the tree. Ooh, my nose is running. So there we go. Doo-da, doo-da. Put a few more in there like that. I won't bore y'all doing it all. So I don't have any fresh mangoes, so we're gonna have to use a few frozen mangoes, unfortunately. Maybe if you're in Florida watching this, or in Jamaica, you will have some fresh mangoes. I think we need some more pepper on that. So we'll just spoon this peppers right in there. Don't fill it past the line, it says. I don't see the line. So we're going to fill it right there. We're going to put the lid back on. Man, that pepper really has my nose a-running. We put this on here like this, and then we liquefy. Liquefy, baby. Oh yeah, look at that. That's what's wrong. There we go. Let's check the consistency. Ooh, it'll come off of there. That would be a mess, wouldn't it? Take that off of there. Yep, we're going, you always usually say it's really thick. Let's see how that tastes. Man, that's got a good flavor, I have to say. Yep, that's got a really good flavor. So, now, but it's a little thick. So what we're going to do is we're going to add some juice. Oh, I love that. I love it when it's like a little sweet on the front end, and then you get that heat in the back end, and that heat builds up. And that's, if you ever eat my cooking, it may not always be spicy, but that's always what I'm looking for. I'm looking for you to get a little bit of taste on the front, and then them flavors melding together in the middle, and then a little surprise in the back, whether it be sweet, sour, hot, whatever. Let's see. So you can just expect that from me. That's how I like it. So let's see. Yeah, that looks pretty good there. Let's see. Clean spoon. Oh yeah, that's pretty good there. Let's see. That is a really good sauce. It really is. That was good. Okay, I hope y'all enjoyed it. Now what we'll do is we'll bottle this up. What I do is boil some bottles, and then I've got them right here. This is some I have from last year. I bottled these in May. They was really good. The flavors are molded. Oh, you know what? I forgot one thing here. So to our main batch here, we are going to add a little something different. We are going to do, if I get my thing to stand up here, there we go. I have these French medium oat chips. These oat chips are used in brewing. So I thought, what would happen if we put some into our mash? So you know, it would, the Tabasco is aged in oak barrels for, what is it, 6 years, something like that, I think they said. So what I'm going to do is simulate that by putting me some like that right in there. You don't want to put too much, and I don't really know how much to put. This is the first time I've done this, but we've got that. We're going to fold that up like that, twist her around, put a twisty tie on her, spin that around a little couple times, and we're going to put this into our mash. Where are you? Right there. So, monster mash. So that should simulate it being in an oak barrel, right? So we'll see about that. Let's see if that makes any changes. We're going to put this back on here. What I do with the bottles, let me show you what I do with the bottles. But I'm on, because everything, I can't stress enough that you want everything super clean. If there's any bad places on the peppers, you want to be sure and get them out. Look how beautiful that looks. What I do with the bottles is I put them into a pleasant. You could do it. You could put these on a stove in a pot, but I put these like this, and I'm gonna into my Tupperware and put it in the microwave for a couple minutes, 2 or 3 minutes. And you want to be careful when pulling them out because it will burn you, scald you. You don't want to do that. And then I just simply put them in a 250-degree oven and let them dry that way. And then they're good to go. I've never had a problem. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. Like I say, support the channel. Just a simple subscribing helps in so big a way with the YouTube algorithm thing. You know, I'm just learning about all that. So just stay tuned. I got some other stuff coming up. I got a big unveiling, and I got some stuff I need advice on. That's going to be the next video. Talk to you later.